Welcome to another round of Spudventures. This week we are continuing our campaign, The Forgotten Ones, in Dungeons & Dragons, so take it away, GreatDinn.
Hey, hi, hello everybody. Thank you again for joining us. This is the Dungeon of the Mad Mage module with a bit of a twist. Joining me as always is Spud playing Usk.
Hello there.
We have Avis playing Yuliy.
Hello.
We have Azure playing Lander Brightwood.
Hi.
We have Digo playing Victor.
Hello.
And we have Space Jawa playing Jhank.
Bonjour.
Did you just say bonjour?
Yes.
With a B-O-M-B-J-O-U-R.
I'm not going to question life anymore.
You know what? I guess when you invest in a bomb shop, you are allowed to change French. Anyways, when last we left off, our heroes had learned some things about the Undermountain and about themselves, and were asked by a strange figure calling themselves Ulquist to just leave for a little while. Please. At which point they made their way up to Waterdeep, where they invested in some shops. Or a shop in particular, where they did some trading of books, and sort of generally got some minor tasks taken care of. And Yuliy informed them of some, I guess you could say it's pretty important knowledge, that the Castlanters are devil worshippers, and that there was proof in a house somewhere in the Trades Ward.
And that she and I killed their son.
Yes, that is also a thing that happened, supposedly. Maybe? Probably.
At some point.
Their son is dead.
Their son is dead.
A son is
grieved.
dead. Don't know which one.
True, a son. They do have a set of twins.
I know which one.
Regardless, when last we left, Usk had journeyed to House Castellanter to get some answers for himself, and the other four headed to Virgin's Square to find a house that Yuliy says has the information they're looking for to prove that the Castellanters are devil worshippers.
Now this is located in the market, right?
It is located Waterdeep East, the high road. Sorry for the big map. There's a square. That is where the what is the word I used? It's the
Cleric's house?
No, the cleric's house, but the specific location that it's behind is one of the like trade guilds, and I can't remember which one it is. Give me a moment. I have to look it up again real
Now,
fast.
am I mistaken, or is that like right next to the bomb shop?
No, bomb shop is way to the south.
Yeah, that's... This is North Trades Ward. Your bomb shop is Southern Trades Ward.
Yeah, pretty much. Whoops.
But it is pretty close to...
It is pretty close to the shop that you went to, yes.
The bookshop.
I think the silver... Crap, my brain is shorting out. So many proper nouns. No, it's not the silver crap. Sorry, I have so many proper nouns floating around in my head that I'm having a little trouble.
I mean, yeah.
There's totally a bar called the Silver Crap somewhere.
There probably is, yes.
There will be in my next campaign.
The Yawning Portal, that's what I wanted to say. It's fairly close to the Yawning Portal as well.
Oh, yeah. The Yawning Portal is to the east.
Yep.
Stationer's Hall. That's the name of the guild hall.
Okay.
It's where, all of the things requiring paper are basically handled. Hence, Scroll Street. Anyhow. So yes, it is fairly easy to find Stationer's Hall. And you were informed that, Yuliy, the cleric's house is behind it. As you may note, there are kind of a few different houses behind Stationer's Hall, because it is a cul-de-sac.
Yep.
How would you all like to figure out which house is the one that was being referred to?
Did we get an address?
Not a specific one as such, no.
Yuliy is the one who's telling us we got all this information, right?
Yes.
All right, Yuliy, which house is it?
I don't know. Which house looks like it hasn't had activity for the longest period of time?
That sounds like some sort of investigation roll or perception roll.
It certainly sounds.
Oh boy.
It did not tell you which house in specific?
So let's see which house looks kind of abandoned.
Oh snap! Nat 20. Wow,
Good.
just
They like me today. They like
Actually,
me today.
genuinely good rolls all around.
yeah, just fantastic
Yeah.
rolls all around. I think the
I'm not
three.
even going to bother with a roll for Jhank after that.
Fair enough. I think the three of you, having seen Usk's house and how it looked after it was abandoned,
Wait,
basically, just
You're not here.
I think the three of you basically have a moment where you look to each other and then just all point at the exact same house.
Point.
Yeah.
And it is this one right here in the center. I have zoomed in a little bit to demonstrate that.
The long one.
Yes, one of the long houses. You can see that it has a as you examine it, you see it's two floors. The front door is locked, obviously, and there is also on the side of the house there is a small little like basement entrance that is attached to the side. Also locked. What would you like to do?
Is there anyone around who looks like who looks like they're watching or might see us if we do something?
On the street? No, this is a fairly it's like roughly midday. Most people are out at work or busy doing other things. You have no idea if anyone can see you from the houses though.
Was there anything that wasn't locked?
Not that you can tell.
Did Yuliy get a key, perhaps?
Nope.
Jhank is going
To
to
be honest, it wasn't the house of the person I was speaking to.
It
Jhank-
was not.
Jhank is going to look to see if he can see any signs of anyone watching through windows. Then he's going to try and peek in through the windows of the house.
All right, roll perception just to see if you can spot any other sort of witnesses. From what you can tell, most people seem pretty busy. Nobody's just watching the windows because. What you can see in the house is let me go ahead and open some stuff on the map. At least do this. There's a few different rooms you can see on the first floor. Few different windows. There we go. You can see what looks like from the front of the house, at least. You can see what looks like some sort of living room to the south. There's some comfy-looking chairs and possibly a fireplace. You can also see a what looks like sort of an. It's a strange-looking room. It looks like perhaps some sort of hobby room / perhaps a lab. Yuliy, did you tell them this belonged to a cleric?
Yes.
Okay. You get the distinct feeling that this might be a room where, magic is tested or something along those lines. But it's empty, and it definitely seems like there's a layer of dust on everything. Not quite as thick as the one in Usk's house, but still definitely present.
So I think I'm going to roll Arcana to see if... Actually, do I have Detect Magic? I might have Detect Magic.
I mean, it's a ritual, don't you? I think you picked it up just because it's a ritual, didn't you?
No. I've got Detect Poison and Disease, and I've got
It
Identify.
can be a ritual. I know detect
Right.
magic.
don't have detect magic. I think I didn't get detect magic because we had other people who had detect magic.
Fair enough.
I
How
do, but
comfortable-
that's a smite spot.
How comfortable do the
Well.
chairs look?
How comfortable do the chairs look?
Not as comfortable as the ones that you're never gonna get.
I think the more important thing is we need to get. Actually, I figured out something
Mm-hmm.
as I'm looking at my spells. Can I see into the house from this window?
Yeah.
Hmm.
From the areas I have like opened up, those are the like through the windows you can see. There are a few other windows to the sides if you wish to try and see through those as well.
Is it within 30 feet and unoccupied?
Yes.
If
Misty
someone
steps
hurts me, I
inside.
can use Misty Escape.
What are
I
you?
missed-
Do you
I misty
suggest
step
this?
inside,
You misty step into the house.
and then I go open the door.
Okay.
All right.
Seems reasonable. All right. Which room are you?
Did someone suggest in character that they could use Mystery Escape if they were hurt?
Well, we don't need to do that anymore because
No,
someone's
I
already
just did
inside.
it. Also, those are two different spells.
Yeah, I've got Misty Escape, which I can use as a reaction if I get hurt.
All right.
Mine's a
But
second
it's
level
like
spell.
once a day.
Which room are you misty stepping into, Yuliy?
Which one looks closer to the door? I guess.
I mean, they both look fairly close to the door.
The
So,
one with the
it's-
rug.
One with the rug. Okay.
Are these maps supposed to be really close up?
You can zoom out.
Yeah, you should be able to zoom out. So
I'm really not.
they're definitely larger than some of the other maps because it's an enclosed space.
Yeah, I'm not seeing. I mean,
Hmm.
I've got it where I see the two rooms and they're take up the window and I can't zoom out any further.
Yeah.
It might just be because of the masking effect.
Might
But,
be. So I would like to roll Arcana to see if there's any sort of magic around.
Alrighty. Nothing visible on the first floor.
All right.
That's how I'm gonna phrase that. I'll go ahead and zoom out. I assume y'all are going to sort of examine. What would y'all like to do now that the room is sort of open to you?
Magic room.
You wanna check out the magic room?
Yes.
Okay.
Check for,
Go ahead, Jhank. What were you gonna say?
check for signs of danger.
All right. I mean, I guess that's a roll. Sounds like perception if you're just sort of checking out that sort of thing. Yeah, this just seems like a house. Doesn't seem like it was, designed to be super well defended. So something you can see, Lander, in the magic room is that there are a few different symbols of Mistra strewn about. It seems that this might have been the cleric's deity of choice, the goddess of Arcana.
Ah,
Nice.
nice.
And there are a few sort of small items strewn about. They the one that immediately comes to mind because it takes up a chunk of the counter is there is a large bucket filled with water, and inside on a little holder is a candle completely submerged.
Is it lit?
It is not currently lit. No.
Should we have characters in the house or not?
Oh,
now?
I should probably put you in there. Yes. Thank you for reminding me. Oh boy, it's doing the thing again where I can't. Hold on. There's got to be a way for me to fix this. Can I? Why not?
Does it have something to do with it being read only?
Oh,
Or
hold
is that
on.
only for the players?
No, that applies to me too. That's
Hmm.
the problem. Or it's part of the problem at least. Come on, let me do stuff, please.
Fantasy Grounds.
Yeah, I'm sorry. It normally doesn't give me this much grief, but I guess in this particular situation, it has decided to give me grief. Let me open up a new version of the map then. I should be able to do that fairly easily.
Well, it seems like all of the maps that I've got are read-only right now.
Yeah, I think the players. That's weird though, because the no, because the yawning portal explicitly isn't, and neither is the that explains it. I've been pulling read-only maps up.
Okay.
I feel a right fool.
It's okay. We all have this data.
Brain, yeah. Yep, it happens to all of us.
Okay.
Left fool, you have the set.
Image record. It's really gonna do it to me like this, huh? Wild. Okay,
Alright.
I think I can't manipulate this particular map.
Can you like recreate it?
Not fast. Not quickly. That is the problem.
Plan B, imagination. Okay.
Yeah, plan B, imagination, unfortunately.
Imagine.
Okay. Well,
Hey, at least the big dungeon maps work.
yeah, right.
Yes, y'all are in the magic room where you see the sort of symbols of Mystra. You can see those particular items. You can see a few weapons that do not seem to have any magic on them currently, but perhaps that were either intended to be enchanted or were enchanted at some point and it was broken.
Or perhaps bound weapons that no longer have a binding.
Also possible.
What kind of weapons are they?
You can see there's a mace. There is a small dagger. It looks like. There's some really heavy looking chainmail hanging from the wall. It's seems like it was put up very, very carefully. But also put in a corner so it wasn't visible from the windows. There are you can see there is a small circlet on one of the smaller tables that you have the guess is enchanted. You're not entirely sure with what necessarily, but
I could find out in 10 minutes.
You probably could, yes.
What's in the house on the other side of the stairs? Or are you still describing things in that one room?
That was in that one room. So if you'd like to go upstairs, I can tell you what's up there.
I'm set on the other side.
Behind it. I guess let's go around the stairs to find it.
Yeah, there's another room back there. It's a dining room, it looks like. Or a meeting room of some kind. You know, it could be used as either. It definitely seems like 5 of the chairs have been... There's one chair in the very back that has been placed back in order, but the rest definitely seem like they were used by a group of 5.
And then what's to the north? Or is there anything?
There is yes. To the north, there is a kitchen. There is a fireplace with an iron cooking pot on it. There are a few different barrels stocked with what looks like mead. Although based on the smell, it might not be the best quality right now.
We can get Yuliy to check on that.
And you can see on the table, there are about, it looks like 50 different colored beads, 25 red, 25 blue.
That's oddly specific.
Mm-hmm.
Is there any significance to them?
I guess roll investigation for me, or whatever you think might be appropriate here. Okay. Here's what I'm gonna say. Jhank, With a 12, you don't know exactly what they are specifically because it's not something in your area of expertise. That said, the blue ones smell like water and the red ones smell kind of like food. And neither smell particularly dangerous or poisonous. Lander, because this is something in your area of expertise, you know that these are they are, what is the name? Beads of nourishment and beads of refreshment. The beads of nourishment are the red ones. They basically are spongy, flavorless, gelatinous beads that will give you a full day of rations, basically. And the beads of refreshment go into any liquid, and it will turn it into pure drinking water. Up to a pint of it, at any rate.
Do you know
So
if anything's all right with Avis? Because I keep seeing the green thing come on and blinking on and off.
No, it's
Oh,
just... No, it's fine.
Right.
just like clacking or something.
Yeah, I think it's just minor noises.
They
So
are?
Okay.
Okay, Jhank asks Lander if he knows what they are.
yeah, the red ones beads of nourishment, blue ones beads of refreshment. You might be able to pull a prank on Yuliy with the beads of refreshment, but I wouldn't suggest it.
I'm right here.
Do we have bags, or is there any kind of bag in here that could be used to take all those?
Yeah, there's a few.
Well, hold on. Hey, Yuliy, do you know what happened to the cleric? Are they alive, dead, missing?
They're probably on their next round, from what it seemed, because they weren't with Sola, and Sola was alone, and the rest of her group seemed to be dead.
Okay. So they probably won't miss anything from their house.
I mean,
Wrong.
I am telling you right now, none of you are allowed to take anything from this house.
All right.
Jhank
Just
will-
making sure.
Jhank will give a
It's
shrug.
like the
and
rogue's not
move
with the
over.
party, so the party needs to make up for
Hey, I
Jhank
don't
will give a
engage in that kind of petty thievery.
And that,
Hey,
that's the
most dead
interesting
people
thing.
don't need belongings after they're dead.
I mean,
That is
look
like...
who is talking.
Death
That is-
does not mean
That's why I said
anything to this
most.
group or anyone else who has died.
Wait, so is the owner of this house supposed to be alive or dead?
I don't know.
They're probably like you based on what Yuliy knows.
Okay.
As in
Well-
So
amnesiac.
dead, but not. Death
Well,
does
let's
not
go
mean
to the
anything.
basement.
Yeah, Jhank
I
will
feel like
give
the
a shrug and
basement's
move-
probably where
move
you'd
over
put
to that
evidence.
door with the basement.
Okay.
I would like
Uh,
to check the second floor.
All right. We will start with the basement, and then we will move to the second floor, if that's okay, Digo.
Okay.
I'll go to the second floor with Digo or Victor.
I mean, we can all do it together.
No.
Varying things. All right, fine.
Divide and
Uh,
conquer. With
Are
the
we doing
party.
it together or not?
Mm, Not like we can do them at the same time anyway, but all right, sure.
I think the less time we spend in a house that's not ours, if we could get the guards called on us, the better.
Mhm.
Well,
The basement is fairly lackluster. It looks like there's some barrels used to store excess food, like dry goods that need to be stored for basically a larder, and one cask of wine. But
There's also- The basement has a basement. Look at that.
the basement, the other stairs go up.
Oh,
It's two sets of stairs,
Oh,
one
okay.
in the house and one outside the house.
okay. Never mind.
Yeah.
well, I'll go ahead and roll and get investigation to see if there's anything unusual. But
Jhank will make a perception of the room to see if there's anything worthy of note, or if there might be anything unusual about the jugs.
Okay. Just waiting for the roll.
Yeah, it shouldn't be taking that long. I already rolled it.
Oh, that's weird.
Did you get my roll?
Yeah, I see the investigation.
I
the
see
12.
your.
Yeah, it was a 12.
Did it happen to roll off of the rectangle? That was my problem all last time.
There we go. Okay.
13 plus 6.
Okay. With a 12 lander, you can tell that this room is sorry, there's nothing terribly unusual about this. This seems like just someone who had a reasonable expectation of owning a house and, keeping a stock of food that they had access to.
All right.
Jhank, you can tell based on your lizard senses that the wine is not native to Waterdeep. It's actually you can tell based on sort of the scent that it is not something that is commonly found around here, because you've passed by the market a few times and you know what Waterdeep wine smells like, and it doesn't smell like that. But otherwise it really is just sort of standard, dry goods and one cask of wine.
In that case, I'll go join the others upstairs.
All right.
I'll go
Meanwhile,
follow upstairs.
upstairs, Yuliy, Victor, there are 3 doorways you can check out, 1 to the north and 2 to the south. Which ones would you like to go through?
How about we both go through one of the south ones and then we can leave the north one together?
I'm in wolf form, just so you know, so that's gonna be a little
Oh.
difficult. Remember, gotta be disguised.
Yep.
I forgot about
Bark
that.
once if this sounds okay. Bark twice for no. Silence does not mean anything, Victor, please.
Just
I'm
hold up my
suddenly
paws.
I'm suddenly find myself questioning, does Crunchbite realize the wolf is actually a person in disguise, or does Crunchbite just think it's a wolf?
He was there.
I think Victor still smells enough like Victor for Crunchbite to not be more confused than usual.
Yeah.
So yes, I think what Victor was pointing out, Yuliy, is can't open doors.
Yes. Gonna try and open both doors.
I'm gonna point at the big double doors.
Fine.
All right.
You cannot achieve maximum splitting the party.
Yeah.
Listen.
Close, but no cigar. You can tell that is the master bedroom. You can see there is an enormous sort of mural to Miss Sarah above the bed. It seems hand painted, and you notice that on the sort of bookshelves to the bottom left, that there are in fact a whole bunch of paints just resting on top. Seems like the cleric might have had a hobby. You can also see in the bookshelf there are several sort of religious books. There are a few spell books, it looks like. There are some saucy romance novels. And one, maybe a journal, you're not exactly sure. It's definitely a sort of hand-bound book, but it doesn't say what it is on it.
Checking that first.
You read it, and you discover that it is in fact one of the cleric's other hobbies, which was writing saucy romance novels.
Closes it, drops it on the table, pushes it away a little bit.
Look around, see if you find anything interesting.
Yeah, it's okay with a 13, and your wolf senses. I don't know why I'm saying it like that. Wolf senses. With those numbers, Yuliy, I think you are still reacting strongly to the book.
Yes.
And Victor, you get the sense that there is nothing in particular here. In this room, it seems like very much a keep personal life in this box and everything else outside.
Okay.
So
I look at Yuliy, bark, and then point towards the door out.
Oh, yeah, right. Yeah, let's go somewhere else.
all right.
I tilt my helm to the side.
Everything's fine.
Alrighty. So I think at this point y'all enter the hallway at the same time that Victor or that Lander and Jhank both make it up to the top. So
Okay.
there are 2 rooms left.
We
You
found
wanna-
food and wine.
Yep.
Found nothing. Let's go check a different room.
Have we just checked the room up there?
Nod.
All right, I guess I'll check the room that's at the top of the stairs since it's right there.
Alrighty.
You seem
Guys
to
on
have
the
found
left, we on the right.
specific nothing.
There is nothing at the bedroom.
You see what looks like a guest bedroom. But more importantly, you notice there are 5 suits of armor of different kinds and qualities resting at the back wall. And on that little table next to the window, you can see a wrapped up parcel of some kind.
I didn't find anything on the first floor, but let's see if there's any magic on this floor.
You detect 2 different kinds of magic.
Oh boy.
You detect. Let me just double check what school of magic this is.
Suits of armor are alive, aren't they?
So I just had a thought, probably nothing, but the character that was met like in the second, third session that was met that kind of disappeared into ash. That's definitely not the person we're looking for, right?
No.
You sense evocation magic and conjuration magic. Or sorry, transmutation, not conjuration. Sorry, messed that up. Evocation and transmutation.
Well, let's call in one of the people that can use detect magic to find out exactly what it is.
Meanwhile, Jhank's gonna peek into the other room.
Which also, why is Victor still in a wolf if we're in a house where we're not being seen from outside?
Probably easier
Limited
than
druid use.
Ah,
Because I just used my last one and I have to take a short rest if I can do it again.
Mm-hmm.
yeah. I should really get detect magic.
Okay.
If it's any consolation, you'll probably get a short rest before you have to start smiting things again.
I don't get them back at a short rest.
Yeah, she gets long rests.
Anyways, Anyway, Jhank is checking in the other.
Fine.
Yeah.
Another spell set.
Unless you have an idea of what it might be without using detect magic.
I feel like it's the armor. I am 95% certain it's the armor. And if I step in that room, it's going to hit me.
Well, it hasn't hit me yet.
Looks like Jhank
Granted,
just
I haven't
found
really
another
done anything
guest
yet, but
bedroom.
The package is suspicious. The armor's probably going to hit us on the head.
In the other room, Jhank, you can tell it's a guest bedroom. There is nothing really important in here. It seems unused.
The
Hmm.
room is clean.
well, I guess let's check that parcel, keeping a wary eye on the armors.
Arf?
As soon as you approach the table, the leather armor next to it rises, grabs it, and tries to dive out the window.
Arf? Ark?
Let's see.
I think, Jhank, since you were checking the other room, everyone else has one action to try and stop this.
Can I grab it with Mage Hand?
The parcel or the armor?
Either one.
The armor, not really.
Let me check the weight of the
Oh,
stuff
actually,
in
you
the
know
parcel.
what? I've got Dispel Magic.
Ooh.
How long does that take to activate?
Instantaneous. Well, the one action.
Yeah, so
All right, then.
instantaneous.
If you fail, I got a backup. I'm Plan B.
I
And
got
I still
an
have
idea.
both of my spell slots, so I can cast it.
Yep. So as far as the package is the parcel, I should say, is definitely you could grab it with Mage Hand as far as weight is concerned. Whether you'd be able to wrest it out of the armor's grip is another question entirely.
Yeah, so Dispel Magic is going to be the better bet.
Probably yes.
I feel like I should just try something just in case it's higher than you think it is.
Well, we all three of us get a shot, so.
If it's above 3rd level, then I need to roll.
Yeah.
Otherwise, it just so what does it dispel? Is it lower than 3rd level?
It is
Or
not
3rd
lower
level or
than
lower?
3rd level, no.
All right. So then I need to make a check using spellcasting ability,
Mm-hmm.
which is that just charisma?
Or
It's
the Warlock?
for you. I
Yes.
believe it's charisma plus proficiency, isn't it?
Mm,
Yeah.
Yes.
Yep.
So it'd be a +6.
Yep.
Go, man.
do it.
Ooh,
That is
that's
not going to cut
bad.
it.
Yeah.
Ow.
All right.
All right, I
then.
failed. Next person.
Channel Divinity, Nature's Wrath, they need to make a strength or dexterity saving throw.
Okay. Let me just pull up the block on this monster real fast. You said strength or dexterity?
Yes.
Okay. This is leather armor, so we're gonna go with dex.
Okay.
So it'd be a +2. Also bad.
Good
All
news.
right.
Restrained.
It is restrained, so the leather armor is struggling against the table, package in grip or parcel in grip. The other 4 suits of armor begin to rise.
I knew this was gonna happen.
Here's something happening in there. What's going on?
Can I run
armor,
over?
Living armor.
Get in here now, please.
Living armor, one of them has the package.
Can I run in and snatch the package?
Yes. You're gonna need to. I feel like this is gonna be in wolf form, just a pure strength roll.
Okay. 12.
12.
That's what I got. Wolf strength 12.
I think it might have gone not in the box.
Yeah, it looks like it didn't. But I will take a 12. So that's going to.
Oh no
be
no! I didn't roll. I was.
Oh, that you're just saying
I
your
was-
wolf strength.
I was looking
is.
up the score.
Okay, sorry, I was confused.
Yeah.
So it's a +1 to whatever you.
Woo!
Nice. All right, let's see if the armor can compete. It did not. You have the parcel.
All
I
right.
feel like
All
it
right.
would also have disadvantage because it's restrained, but
Yeah,
I think it doesn't
it-
matter at this point.
Yeah,
Let's book it.
Yep.
That's
It's like go in, snatch, get out.
all right. So
All right, Jhank, we're leaving.
John kind of rushes past them as they're going, and he's like doing double takes, looking. There's armor to fight, but you're running away.
Yeah. Why would we fight it? We got what we need. Let's go.
Blocking the door so everyone can go.
Okay. I think the armor rising is fairly slow. I think you all have plenty of opportunity to get out.
Can, could Jhank like run in, smack one with a hammer, then run out again?
Oh,
I
wow.
mean, if you want to get surrounded, sure.
Junk,
Like, the
no.
furthest out. Or
I don't think you'd be able to run in, do that, and leave because you will get 4 attacks of opportunity on you.
Yeah.
You
Alright.
can't attack and then disengage quite at the same turn.
No. Not unless you're a rogue.
Not unless you're me.
Jhank
Mhm.
will disappointedly follow after the rest of the group.
All right. So you are on the street, and you can hear that the armor is in fact following you. At least the 4 sets that are moving. But as stated, they're not the fastest.
Yeah.
So how would you like to try and ditch them?
I think just-
Cue the Benny Hill thing.
This has to go on YouTube. Stop.
Dun, 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 dun,
Anyway, okay.
dun, dun, dun.
I mean, there's some alleys and stuff like here. Can we like go ahead and maybe we can try to stealth our way through some alleys to lose them?
I
mean-
think so.
Does it look like they're kind of following everyone or just the package?
I mean, right now the package and the group is together, so I don't think you have definitive knowledge of
Let's
how they're
just-
tracking.
Yeah.
Let's just book it to go see the place. We'll take a winding path.
I almost want to see what happens if someone breaks off to see if one of them follows after or if they're just focusing in on Victor. Except I don't want to do that.
Yeah. I mean, I could break off. I can always escape if need be.
It's not very good.
Not very good stealth, which makes sense for a wolf.
Yeah.
So you want me to hang back and see if they just
Question.
run past me?
Question.
Yes?
Wouldn't that be a good time for me to just kind of roll by in my castle enter carriage?
I think so, yes.
Just running down the street.
Right?
With a bunch of armor chasing after us. This is what happens when you leave us alone.
Wait, I thought the armor was slow.
Yeah, it is slow.
but we need
So's
to
the
make
party.
distance.
So if we just run, we can outrun it.
Yeah, we don't know if it's following us. Like if running doesn't really do anything.
Yeah, it might be tracking us through magical means.
Well, I've probably got room. Do you all want to hop on while we make an escape?
Yep. That's
Sure.
Just
Okay,
running,
can
he
you-
comes up on
open.
his carriage. It's like, hey guys, come on in.
Wolf
Yeah,
jumps
we
in.
can check out the package while we're there too.
Jhank will climb
Opposite-
to the top of the carriage.
Okay. Once again, Jhank likes to be tall.
Yep.
All right.
Wolf jumps into the carriage opposite of Usk. Package in mouth, wags, tails like.
Well, what do we have
Alright.
here?
We found something. Open it, please.
Yeah, let's take a look at what is his.
Yeah, I relinquish.
All right. So when you open the parcel, you can see there are 2 very, very, very high quality solid gold masks. And along with that is a solid gold ritual dagger with the symbol of Asmodeus carved into the base of it. And
Would I recognize that on sight?
the Asmodeus?
The symbol of Asmodeus, specifically.
I think you do, yes.
Oh, boy.
Would I
Uh,
recognize it with my proficiency in religion?
I also think so. I don't think you need to roll. I think if anyone has proficiency in religion here, they do. And Yuliy, I think you just recognize demon when you see it.
So the 4 of us that are in the carriage recognize it.
I recognize one of the symbols of the princess of the 7 of 9 hell.
Yeah, I think
Sure.
everyone in the carriage recognizes what that implies. And you also realize that the wrapping of it, there is a sheaf of paper sort of that was like wrapped around the mask and dagger as well, part of the like cloth wrapping. And it shows the Castellanter Villa. And it also marks a spot that Usk, leads to the mausoleum, the Castellanter mausoleum. And someone has written, has basically on this map of the villa listed out locations in a different colored ink to say that this is where these are where certain elements of the mausoleum are, and right underneath the mat, what you know is the master bedroom, just has the words temple scrawled in this different colored ink.
Oh, of course it would be in the mausoleum.
So I keep hearing there's something bad in there. What is it?
Well, come in here and maybe we'll tell you. Not gonna shout it across the street for you.
Fine, be that way.
Y'all get along so well.
Yeah.
Sure, let's just blab sensitive secrets of the most powerful house in Waterdeep, just for anyone on the street to hear. Sure,
Yeah.
Jhank, let's do that.
Well, it won't be a secret anymore then, will it?
Remind me, Spud, what were the exact words you used to describe this carriage?
That's true.
Yeah.
Everyone's gonna be giving us a wide berth and not.
No. That's who would be driving this carriage?
Yeah, that's also Also, no, by the way, an employee of the Castellanters is driving the carriage. By the way,
I don't think Jhank realizes that though.
Jhank, get in here.
Listen.
Once again, Yuliy, I don't understand what you're saying.
Probably some sort of swear word.
I assume you're cursing.
Yes.
Okay.
Jhank will climb in an unnecessarily complex fashion, like he's climbing in through the upper thing.
You are not a gecko. Get down there.
He's
Just
doing-
claws digging into the wood of this nice carriage.
You get a gecko and you get a cat and then you get Jhank.
He may not be a gecko, but he's trying to do his best impression of one.
Guys, we need to talk at a private location. I think we have some information to swap.
Yeah.
Yeah, probably a lot.
Should we go back to the yawning portal, or should we make our way back down to Skullport?
Do we have any other errands to run at the moment?
I kind of want to stop by Miles' house again, ask him if he has a detect magic scroll.
I
But-
think that can wait.
Yeah.
I think that really can wait.
Does that end our current errands in Waterdeep?
I think
Was there anything else that we needed to do?
Suppose not, and Skullport would be safer for having this conversation.
What a wild thought.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Skullport! Safe! That's a funny joke.
Safer. For this specific conversation, yes.
What is even our life?
I just had the image of the dog, the wolf, just saying, "What is it like?"
A
Just let me
wolf.
have this.
A wolf in this nice carriage with a lizard man clinging to the roof.
And also a normal dog.
And a normal dog,
Normal dog,
also,
yeah.
yes.
Really classing up the place.
Mm-hmm.
Well, there's one thing I can tell you right now. We made the wrong assumption about which house I belong to.
Earth?
I'm not Usk of House Rosnar. I'm Usk of House Castellanter.
Hmm.
Mm.
You a devil worshiper?
No,
All right.
I'm glad it was that simple.
Yep.
All right, let's head
Yep.
back. Let's head back to the teleportation circle and head on back.
right. I think it's safe to say that you don't too much. You do see some city watch heading roughly the direction you're coming from after a little while. You hear something about blasted armor.
Yeah.
Excuse me. But otherwise nothing too much to worry about. Which I guess takes y'all back to Skullport.
And then we had to pay like what, 100 each for the
200?
return trip.
Yeah, well, you covered the round trip from the get-go.
Oh,
Yeah.
we did.
Yeah.
So
We had the Xanathar Guild subsidize it.
Yep.
Mhm.
Or at least someone from the Xanathar Guild subsidize
Yeah.
it.
It's been a few hours, right? We're not going to be stepping on toes by going back? Okay, good.
It's definitely been a few hours.
And we should probably head back to the Harper hideout place.
Yes.
Yes. And then,
Yeah.
Yes.
The first thing
I,
Jhank does.
I have questions for that person.
The first
I
thing
have
Jhank
questions.
does when he gets back is he's gonna go into the chest and he's gonna get his 200 platinum that belongs to him.
For the last time, I'm carrying that. If you want it, we can just figure it out at the Harper's place.
Well, oh wait, that wasn't put in the chest.
No.
No.
Mm-mm.
No.
All right, so when they get back, Jhank yes. Okay,
I have to restring it up is the thing.
Mm-hmm.
I don't look. You're going to have to restring it up later or restring it up now. I mean, I think you've been carrying it around by yourself for long enough, and we are.
You don't have to convince me. It's just that we haven't had a safe spot to do that in, and it hasn't come up
John,
when we
can
have.
we have like 5 minutes to deal with everything that's just thrown at Zelda's daddy for 5 minutes, please?
Okay, but in 5 minutes, I'm asking for my platinum.
And
Wow.
if I'm not done talking and screaming, and neither's everyone's gauntlets going in your face.
Look, I just haul out the big old roll of platinum and toss it to Jhank. It's quite heavy. And I say, I'm going to count that after.
Jhank is going to work at getting his 200 and making sure the rest is left together.
Worth noting that the way you were paid was 500 and 500, so it's not one thing. There's two.
All right.
Well,
I hand him one of the 500s, yeah.
Yes, he will get 200 off that roll.
Okay.
So now that the kids have been fed,
All right. The trip back to the teleportation circle is not terribly difficult to deal with.
change pace.
Yeah, I know. Sorry. There's not too much to deal with. You definitely get some weird looks from people by going into this odd this
Abandoned orphanage.
Yeah, pretty much. But I think people know better than to question y'all.
Mm-hmm.
So yes, there's some of the character models. We just start moving people over. Yep. So yes, you are free to go back to the Harper hideout.
What's the name of the Harper?
Felrax.
Felrax. Okay.
Felrax is the name of the Dragonborn who runs the place.
Has he got a nickname?
Not that you know of.
All right.
His name is basically a combination of two nicknames.
Yeah.
Yeah. Fel and Rax.
Yeah, you could call him one of those, I guess.
Ellie.
And he's a Dragonborn?
Yes, he is a Dragonborn.
I'm just writing his name down. Keep forgetting it.
I can't find my marker.
I'm trying to add it for whatever reason. It's being
Oh.
strange.
Mhm.
I can add stuff to this one. It's just the typical methods for doing it are not working with me for some dumb reason. So I just have to find where the particular oh god. I just have to find where the particular tiefling one I used for you is.
Hmm.
No,
And also
that's not
dog.
it. Yes, and also dog. Might be able to pull it from the lower Skullport map because I think you're there. Yes. Okay, let's do that. There we go. Harper hideout. Everyone's there.
Yeah.
Julie's upside down for some reason. There we go.
I just noticed a thing in the notes called Usk v Brightwood.
Yep, that's
What?
the chess matches.
What?
Remember the chess match y'all had?
Yeah, we played chess at the Goblin Market.
Oh yeah, right. Yeah.
And so it's the the current score is 1 Brightwood, 0 Usk.
I really had forgotten all about that.
Yeah,
There's a lot in the notes.
I had to. I had also kind of forgotten that my last name was Brightwood for a minute.
Yep. Okay. So,
At least you have a last name.
Yeah.
are y'all fighting over Crunchbite?
No.
I don't know what's going
Anyway,
Yeah, anyway. So I
Yuliy.
definitely want to talk to Falrax.
All right.
Yeah, let's go with that since they're fighting over that apparently.
Yeah.
what can I help you with, Victor?
I need to ask you some questions on apparently a former member of our team that is no longer with us. Goes by the name of Hollyhock.
Yes. What is it you wish to know?
When was? Can you give? Describe the scene of the last time you saw her with the party here.
With you all, that would be your... It was not your last journey, it was the previous one, at least as far as I am aware. I suppose that would put it at a month ago, wouldn't it? You had realized what the situation was that you were dealing with, and you had spent some time up in Waterdeep, journeying back and forth, handling some manner of personal tasks that I did not peruse. It was not in my... It felt impolite to press too hard, and it is not really my business. But
I understand.
you had gathered some amount of weaponry and some amount of magical items, and were heading out to journey further into the Undermountain. And I believe you had just... Yes, I believe you had gathered some magical items and taken them to a some woman in Waterdeep in exchange for a hefty sum of coin. But you all seemed in high spirits as you left, and then about 10, 15 days later, she returned alone and removed all of her belongings from here. She did not say why. And I did not ask.
Where did she go when she left with her stuff? Any idea?
I have no clue, unfortunately. As I said, she seemed odd, off, upset, and I felt it was not my place to question what had happened.
Okay. Trying to piece together why she left the team. I have a
Well, it
funny
seems
feeling.
like you managed to convince her to leave, but she
Yeah.
wasn't happy about it.
Which makes sense. That's kind of where I'm thinking.
So someone may have to give me a Cliff Notes version because I'm distracted by me and you fighting over the dog.
It's okay, it's only plot relevant.
Right.
trying so hard, and Jhank just throwing my icon in place I can't actually touch.
Would you two stop already?
I am
You
stopping.
guys.
I can't breathe.
Anyways.
Right. So okay. Well.
All right. Well, that
One more thing. Can you describe what she looked like when she left?
Well,
Physical description, just in case.
she was a wood elf roughly as tall as Usk is. She was wearing some rather heavy armor. She was missing most of her weaponry, it seemed. And she looked battered by the journey through the Undermountain.
Mm.
But that is... nothing else comes to mind. She is not a hard person to mistake for.
Okay, excellent. I assume he also gives me like physical description, like
Yeah.
skin tone, haircut, like.
Yeah.
we can spot her in a crowd.
Yeah, she stands out about as much as all of you do.
Excellent.
Barring Victor and Lander, maybe.
Yeah.
So we'll find her in like 2 hours tops.
If she's here.
If she's here.
Yeah. Now, I believe Yuliy wanted to say some things, maybe.
Did you know?
I think Usk has stuff he wanted to say first.
Ah, yes, of course.
What you have to say may have context to what I have to say, so by all
I don't
means.
think it does.
Well, I'm still curious.
Okay. Victor, can I see your book again?
Okay. Bring out the book.
Can I confirm what we discussed in DM?
Sure.
This is the same book I saw in that vision. Remember when I told you guys the first time I remembered stuff?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
This was the book that you, Lander combination was talking about with this Fae, and then it was spilling out ink that just kind of took over the entire anything you could see. It was all black and stuff. That was this book. It's the
Okay.
same book.
Ink does tend to spill out when you use it.
This book killed you and a Fae.
Killed me and a Fae?
Yeah, well, it was you, but you were speaking with Lander's voice, so I really don't actually know who I was dealing with.
Hmm.
But yeah, this book's at fault for at least one of your deaths.
Assuming what you saw in the dream is truth and not else.
I mean, it written in it some phrases that I take to heart. So I kind of think it was the truth. How
Yeah,
does
there
one
was some
how does
passage
one
in the book
explain
about
how
the Wilds.
in context?
Okay, I
Hmm.
feel inclined to ask a question. Now, my character background, it says bonds. I suffer awful visions of a coming disaster and do anything to prevent it. Does the book play into that at all?
No, it does not.
Okay.
Is
Your-
the coming disaster our imminent deaths?
Possibly.
No.
I have an idea. Go ahead.
I
Oh,
was just
no.
gonna, I was just gonna say that Jhank, your visions have less to do with things on the mortal plane, and more to do with things from beyond the stars. You have those kinds of visions.
Aliens.
That's exactly what was going through my head, like some
Yeah.
kind of alien thing.
Not saying it was aliens, but
That one gif of
Aliens.
aliens.
Eldritch abominations.
okay. Here's an idea. I'll hold the book up for Yuliy. Can you try to flip the pages? Try to get it to about where you can remember the book being open to. What page?
I
Like,
mean,
do you like? Can you remember it being maybe toward the middle, the beginning, the end?
would I personally don't think that she would.
Yeah, I doubt you would get close, but I mean, a ballpark.
I don't.
figure.
No, I'm trying to remember that event. I don't even think that she was ever that close enough to be paying attention to the book. It was-
No, I don't think you were.
Okay.
Like I can't even think I can justify arguing that.
Okay, no problem. That's
Well, it
The-
might
the
be
idea-
somewhere
the-
around the passage of the Fey Wilds.
mm,
I
It's-
mean,
it's
if
a-
you could,
because I was thinking if I had an idea of where to start, I could try researching through the book, see if I can find an entry.
I mean,
If you want to give me an hour.
I mean, if
Was there an entry
it
about the Fey
helps.
Wilds? Or was that just Yuliy's memory?
That was Yuliy's memory.
Okay.
It took place in the Feywild location that you met with your patron.
I mean, if you read into it and you come across an instance where either you and I, or you and in control by Lander and I, were in the Fey Wilds with an Archfey and it starts vomiting ink, I'd like to hear about that.
Okay. Well, if we have some downtime, I will look through the book a little bit, see if I can find such a thing, and I will scream bloody murder if I find it.
I'd help if I could, but I don't think I could read it.
Well, that's exciting.
I know, right?
Research.
Sitting on this for 2 weeks.
Hmm.
Oh, this goes so much. Conspiracies everywhere.
So
Boy,
the
am
book-
I having
the book,
fun with this.
The book is, just to remind myself, the book is something that your goddess once kept secret from the rest of the worshippers.
church.
The church,
Yeah.
yeah.
Because they believe it's heretical, and it's not the goddess, but perhaps some demon influencing my mind.
And you vehemently disagree with that.
Yeah. I can't prove if I'm right or wrong at the moment, but I vehemently disagree with the church right now.
Fair enough, and the church ain't exactly playing softball.
No. Yeah. Not
I
exactly.
don't
Reminds me
agree
that
or
there was
disagree
an-
with any of it, just that it's dangerous and it might have killed people.
The moral of this story, kids, is books are bad. Play video games.
I am suddenly
Thank you.
reminded of that missing persons that, for a moment we wondered if they were dead because of the bloody message.
Yeah, we didn't really stick around long enough to investigate that much further.
Can
Nope.
you blame
But it
us?
seems like the church isn't going to actually kill him.
Yet.
Until the next time we go back up to Waterdeep, he's probably going to have a bad time.
Mhm.
Yeah, he might get starved a bit.
I
Well,
love hearing about things I look for.
He will no doubt be wondering when rescue is coming.
anyway. So,
I feel so much better.
not a whole lot.
That nice half elf boy gave you 1,000 platinum, and you're just leaving him up there.
I honestly, it didn't cross my mind that maybe we could stay longer to.
I'm kidding. I'm kidding. It's fine.
Yeah, I mean, he could be dead. We don't know. And we can't stay too long because, then we die.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Well, we have an excuse to go back up sometime.
Definitely.
Is there a church of that specific religion in Waterdeep?
Of Shantae? Small, maybe a small temple, but not especially prominent ones. Shantae is more agriculture. Waterdeep is more
Commerce?
Urban.
commerce, urban, yeah, that sort of stuff. Like, one of the bigger churches in Waterdeep is Simorph, the goddess who presides over the noble's right to rule over others. So, like, that's the kind of thing they deal with. That, by the way, is what the Castellaners tend to worship.
That sounds like a very
along with demons.
demons.
Yeah.
Anyway, so what do you find out besides the fact that you kind of screwed up which house you belong to? Which is fine. We all have those days.
Uh-huh. Especially in this situation, apparently.
Mm-hmm.
No, that I'm
Mistake you've made a lot in the past.
I am a Castellanter through and through, as much as one can be without actually being born into the family. I was not adopted per se, but I am a staple of the household through and through. That much became apparent upon my arrival.
So, like, a servant?
Well, I apparently, when I was younger, I attempted to steal from them, and they took mercy on me, and that is the nature of my debt. But I am still a Castellanter, and I was raised to adulthood by them, basically. More or less.
So you have a debt to them, and does us kind of getting rid of one of them kind of get in the way of that? Because I'd hate to have been a cause of that.
I'm not the one in danger. I mean, I am by proximity to you, but
I accepted that the moment I learned this, I was a danger. I feel like that's all I've learned.
I have been tasked.
Your backstory is tragic for me, personally.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have been tasked with investigating a lead on who killed the eldest heir.
Well, lead found.
Well, we
their
don't know that their lead points to us.
Their evidence seems to point towards the Xanathar Guild.
Huh. Oh, okay. Then we're good.
Did you happen to use any of their symbols, any of their outfits or disguises when you were doing this job? Out of curiosity.
I can honestly say that I have no idea.
That's great.
It's not like I remember this. Sola just told me this because we hired her
I need to
help.
talk with this Sola later.
Okay,
Yeah, it might
if
be
I
a
can
good
find
idea to
her.
visit.
But anyway.
I mean, you know where she lives, Yuliy.
Oh, yeah.
So
I was just thinking, like, maybe if I
found-
just stand out in the middle of the street and wait for the Xanathar to come again, she'll just show up again.
I will say that upon hearing that name, Felrax is going to give you all kind of a nasty glare.
what?
We have something to talk about with you, too, sir.
Oh boy.
Getting slightly back on track.
Please.
We found the evidence that you were talking about, didn't we? We found ritual implements in service of Asmodeus.
And they look expensive enough that it's got to be at least a noble who owns them.
Oh yeah,
because these are solid gold.
I would assume they ended up in the cleric's possession because they helped out on the job. Is that the nature of how that went down? It was you, Lander, Sola, and someone else?
Yeah.
Probably either happened before the job or during the job.
Probably
Might have led to the job. One of the two.
I was kind of fixated on a couple other things instead of just.
That's
going
fair.
into
It was. I imagine it was a lot to learn. I appreciate that after what I've been through at the Castellanter estate.
What do you mean?
Okay. So,
Usk, do I have to break some faces?
I'm collecting my thoughts.
Give him a second.
It's pretty clear. Obviously, obviously they didn't admit as such, and I didn't ask directly, hey, by the way, are you devil worshippers? They're still genuinely in mourning. They said none too subtly that the eldest heir had an illness. And ill in a very potentially embarrassing way politically. So your story checks out. I glimpsed briefly, really, the Castellanters themselves, the masters of the house. And they were in a panic. Devils usually come with deals, don't they? You give them, you promise them something, you get something in return.
Deal is the devil.
And if, say, the thing you were offering up, like, say, I don't know, a firstborn, kind of stops being a thing, that kind of messes with the deal a bit, right? Some fine print gets activated.
Ooh, we stepped on a contract. Ooh.
That sounds hilarious.
I mean, wouldn't be the first.
Be the last.
One of the first of yours, apparently.
Yeah, based on the writing on the wall.
They are very concerned now about the fates of the little twins, who are going to turn 9 in 6 months. And I get the feeling you might not live much longer than that. They think of me as Uncle Usk. They're adorable.
Oh.
Cute.
So you want us to help you ensure they don't die?
Oh,
that's besides the point. That's happening. That's not up for debate. That's happening.
The issue's the taxman coming to collect.
yes.
Yeah, I think that's more concerning.
Yeah.
So we need to kill Asmodeus?
I don't think that's advised.
That's a little bit beyond
Or we
us.
can use the Castellanters
Just a
to
bit.
take responsibility for their actions.
Obviously, I don't have the details of the contract. I don't know what the deal is. I just know that you have really messed things up on that end. And they're not so much mourning the loss of their embarrassingly ill heir as much as they are very afraid of what's about to happen to the twins. And thus I
Why
am
would they be
too.
mourning him if they were going to give him up anyway?
Is there a way we can find out what the contract said?
I
Not
probably have it stored away somewhere.
That's not open to me at the moment.
I think if Usk himself couldn't get that information, he's part of the family. I don't think that that's something we're going to find really easily by walking in and saying, hello, I kind of killed your son. Can you tell me the contract details?
Yeah,
No.
my
Why
job
would you
is
ever do
to
that?
my job is to find, well, you.
Well, we don't even know
Barely
which
points
the
to
two of us
Xanathar
really
Guild.
Or find a fall guy to be Patsy and pin it on them.
Yeah.
And pit the Castellanters against the Xanathar Guild or something.
Which might have been the reason we did it in the first place.
I mean, we don't even know if that's the part of it. I just don't know because I didn't ask.
We don't know who started it. We don't know why.
Which is
We
why I
don't know
kind of
if
want to
they
talk to
Xanathar was-
Sola.
Yeah.
That's fair.
Stop this. I hate you.
So Yuliy, you had some things you wanted to say to Falrax?
Why are you making it hard for people to get jobs down here?
What?
Felrax is going to roll his eyes at you and say,
I'm not a child. Don't roll your eyes at me.
I mean,
You're kind of acting like a child with the dog.
A dog is different.
Also,
Jawa, you
look
are
who's
not
talking.
you are not
And
one
you
to
are the
throw
worst.
stones in your glass house, sir.
Yeah,
Thank you.
dude, guys.
Anyways, Felrax is going to respond to you with,
If you wish to stay here, I highly recommend you leave of Skullport to me.
You run Skullport, huh?
No, I do not run it as such, but the Xanathar's Guild does not fuck with me for very particular reasons. And I ensure that this place does not fall to complete chaos.
That doesn't answer my question, though.
So a little
No,
bit.
but
of
it sounds like we
chaos.
want to stay on his good side.
Yeah, but I asked a question.
Yeah.
And my answer to the question is, leave matters of Skullport to me.
At the moment, I've got no interest in it anyway.
Same.
Yeah.
We got much bigger demonic fish to fry.
and also a wizard.
And a wizard. That would make
Yeah.
a nice side dish. Yes.
There's a nice 23-floor dungeon, like right next door.
And it has been far too long since I've got to hunt a monster.
So, Sola, you said you need to go talk to?
Yeah, I need to go talk to her.
I'll
I'm
go
going
with
with.
Yeah.
Let us all go visit her.
I mean, she really would only know me and maybe not crowd it and like let us warn her.
Time to make friends.
That means no crawling through the windows, Jhank.
Please.
Please don't.
Please,
I'll
Jhank.
allow you to make an introduction.
So
I
take a
like
short rest.
this one. This one is my friend. Please don't.
I'm not angry. I just need some answers.
Oh, I know. I'm just trying to make this funny because it's not funny.
No.
Not at all. All still giggling.
I'm sorry. I'm just enjoying my, some of my many chances to be a complete bastard here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
As you should
Hey,
be.
can we take a short rest in here? Because I'm probably hungry.
Yes, Felrax will be more than happy to prepare you some food if you wish, or you can prepare it yourself, and you can easily take a short rest here. That's what it was designed to do.
Yes.
Jhank is
While the
probably-
food's
While
while
we
food's
have
getting
that moment.
prepared, I'd like to search my room for any contracts.
Okay.
Jhank is probably finished with the platinum at this point, so he's going to return the rest of it to Usk.
All right.
Okay. As far as contracts in your room, you get the distinct sense that if there was a contract with the, demonic patron,
It burned up.
it got burnt up somehow.
Well, I was mostly thinking about with my current patron.
With your current patron, there is nothing visible in your room, but I am certain that you can, if you check your Book of Shadows, it will list in the back in Sylvan. It actually has a list of instructions for you. And one of them you have been fulfilling ever so nicely, and it simply says, "Fill this book."
Ah.
I
I should really read these things.
probably.
Gee, it's almost like you got one broken because you didn't read the fine print.
Well, maybe I did it on purpose that time.
So there are 3 simple instructions on there. The first is fill this book. The second instruction in there, as part of this contract, is finish your theory. And the last one is do not disappoint me.
Hmm.
Whoa.
It's as far as contracts go, it's fairly simple. It's also just vague enough to make you nervous.
Yep. Well,
Perfect contract. Bless you.
Bless you.
Thank you.
Yeah, that's a fair point, Victor.
Have we ever done something nice for Felrax? I don't think so.
Yeah, I don't think we've ever.
I think you did one really big favor for him, which is why you're here, and I think it's been all downhill since.
Yeah.
That
Yeah, well,
sounds
I've been
like-
finding out
Mhm.
bad things, and I'm just adding to it.
I'm gonna spend some time updating my journals in my room. Just be like,
Okay.
okay, here's the basics. 1, I know magic. 2, I work for House Castellanter. 3, I took a job from House Rosnar. 4, as of this date, there's about 6 months left to save the Castellanter twins.
I'm gonna lie on the floor, stare at the ceiling, and see if I can remember anything at all. AK, do nothing.
I presume that Jhank doesn't have any journals or anything like that, right?
No, your room was mostly stocked with like tools for
Breaking down beast bits.
Okay. Jhank is going to spend his short rest doing more to try and train Crunchbite.
Sounds reasonable. Go ahead and roll me 2 animal handling rolls.
Oh, 2 of them.
Not bad. Better.
Solid. I'm gonna go ahead and say that Crunchbite, having with those solid rolls and with the experience of traveling with y'all now, Crunchbite is now completely obedient. And also is will not like cower in the face of the worst kind of aberrations.
Crunchbite is good dog.
Crunchbite is very good dog. And there's going to be some other bonuses for combat, which I will not specify right at this moment.
He has metal teeth.
Alrighty.
Jaws.
Jaws. So, Victor, did you have anything you wanted to do during your short rest?
Well, other than grabbing a quick bite, side chatter with Felrax, and maybe look through my book, see if I can find an entry that deals with the Feywild.
Okay, all right. We can do that.
Well then.
Such concern.
Go ahead and roll investigation for me.
Concern.jpg.
Yeah. Oh, that die rolled around a bit.
It did, but that's a pretty nice roll. That's a pretty nice roll. Okay, give me about half a minute.
Sure, take your time.
Problem is, how do we satisfy a devil to not take the kids it was owed?
You
You beat it up or you give it something else.
like the people who made the deal in the first place.
Law of equivalent exchange.
is anyone else concerned by the way he said that's a pretty good roll?
I'm always concerned whenever his octave changes.
It was
ever
a
so
17.
+1. 18.
It was literally a pretty good roll.
Yeah.
It was, but he said it with an ominous tone.
Yes.
I mean,
it's
But
kind of his job.
that's what a GM does. Speaking as a GM.
I'm just rolling with it.
Uh-huh.
Nah.
So
As far as twins, the contract's for 1 soul or 2?
I'm
we don't
guessing
know.
I'm guessing it was firstborn, and since the firstborn's gone, it's the nextborn, and the nextborn was twins, so it's
Toss up.
not a toss-up. It's they were born at the same time, so they're both eligible at the same time.
think the point of the matter is we're saving both of them and it don't matter.
Yeah. There might be a theory that twins each share half of a soul. I don't know if that's an actual theory or not, but
It's a very odd theory.
No, I'm not going with that theory.
Yeah. Very odd.
Yeah.
That's why I really feel like we need to find a way to get a hold of a copy of that contract so we know the terms.
But then what? Like, we call up Asmodeus and be like, hey, let's renegotiate.
I mean,
like,
so?
Probably be best if I'm not part of that.
Okay, but imagine convincing him that rather than taking these kids who know nothing about the deal, taking the people who made the deal in the first place.
That has no value to
That's
the
not
devil.
what it wants.
Yeah, they don't want corrupt souls. They want not corrupt souls for some reason.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, out of character, I totally know why that would be a thing for for just the devils and D&D in general, and there's mechanics for it.
Would you know about that being a paladin first and facing the unholy?
No, that's
Okay.
why I'm saying it out of character.
Okay.
And I'm being super vague.
That's
Yeah.
I appreciate it. I'm not asking you to metagame.
Yep. Nope.
With the 1 hour of short rest, that is the only passage. That is the passage that you find relating to the Feywild, Victor.
Oh boy, that's totally concerning.
Is
What?
it spicy?
Kind of. Oh, okay. Do I just read it out like as it is?
You can, or you can give a summary of it. However you feel Victor would share that information.
Okay, well, I think Victor would just read what he written there. All right, so this entry reads, I hear whispers from the Feywild, my goddess. It speaks to me in my dreams. I feel the cold biting air. I smell the wild branches. I taste the iron tang of magic beyond my grasp. Why does this haunt me? Is the madness of the Undermountain beginning to strike my soul? And the interesting bit is that I didn't get a response this time from my god.
Sounds like a connection error.
Yeah, I wonder if they have coverage all the way down. Dealing with a wizard this powerful.
T-Mobile for deities.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I will say, just sorry, and I do want to say one thing, and that is that was not the only text on the page. That was just the relevant text.
Okay.
Immediately before that, there is a response from your god for a completely different question.
Okay.
Okay.
So,
But we don't know how, unless there are dates, we don't know how long the time was between those two passages.
correct.
Yeah. I need to start writing it down.
We took horrible notes.
I'm learning from my past self to take
Yeah.
better notes now. Like every time I get an entry from the book, I've been writing it down in the document.
I just want to point out, look at the actual kinds of notes you're taking for this game, and
Yeah.
are you that surprised?
Yeah, fair. Forgetting things all the time, yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Y'all are lucky I have a mind like a steel sieve. Anywho, does anyone else want to do anything during their short rest, or are we good to move on?
I'm good.
I think that's it.
Okay, so Yuliy, you're the one going first, correct? To warn?
Yeah.
I mean, I might go with her because apparently they know me as well.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Fair.
I'm wondering.
I mean, everyone can follow. Just we're probably the first. You should go inside.
Now,
Yeah.
Yuliy
Only
pointed
Curtis.
out that this person is really only familiar with a couple of them. Like,
Mm-hmm.
I mean, because I'm having Jhank wonder if rather than just go there, if he should take a look and see if he can learn about anyone in the town who might know anything more about him.
If
you
you think
cut out there for me a little bit. So, sorry, what'd you say?
he wants to ask if anyone knows him from before for anything.
Like,
Let's look around town.
Just ask around town.
Since this is a person who who just knows those two, if he could find anyone in town who's like the same thing but for Jhank.
Jhank wants to fish for past plot hooks because he's feeling left out.
Fair.
He's feeling intrigued by they ran into this person who knows more about them from past runs, and he's curious about what information he could find about his past runs.
Okay.
Hmm.
Let's cover. Did Jhank want to go talk with Sola, or does that? Do you want to do that?
It's what he wants
that's
to do.
happening?
He wants what he wants to do instead.
Okay, I just wanted to.
Mhm.
Since he wouldn't have any familiarity with Sola, if Sola doesn't really know who Jhank is, then yeah, he'd go and do this while they're doing that.
Well, she knows if I'm remembering this correctly, she knows them by name, but she only met me and Lander.
So
Right,
she
that's
wouldn't
what
know
I'm
anything
saying.
else about them.
Pretty
So
much,
there's
yes.
not really much point in Jhank going.
Yeah, it's that she knew just from the conversation you picked up that she knew who the rest of your group was, sort of what their roles were. But and that since you're the one who hired her, that you felt pretty strongly that the rest of them should not get involved. So that's like the full extent of her knowledge is that.
So Yuliy is the one who hired her.
Yuliy or Lander.
Okay.
It was sort of
Yeah,
an
it was
unspecified
really vague.
All right.
So-
One of us did it, and we figured we could trust the other for some reason, but not the others.
Yeah.
I mean, Usk seems reasonable to maybe not trust with this.
Yeah.
I'll give you that.
I totally got that when we had this conversation. Everyone else wasn't sure, but
Jhank probably considered too much of a wild card. That's my guess.
That tracks.
Victor might be too much of a goody two shoes, but then it's the same thing for Yuliy.
I don't know if Yuliy's a goody two shoes.
excuse.
Yuli's kind of got an oath about these things.
Maybe a goody one shoe.
More like
Goody
a goody
gracious.
goody steel-toed boots.
There you go.
Goody
Yeah.
hoofs.
These boots were made.
I have things that happen if I don't do certain things. I don't think Din wants those to deal with those.
Well, then what's the
Nah,
worst that'll happen? Your soul gets damned to eternal damnation?
Mm.
One of those.
Big deal.
I've read Oathbreaker.
I'm just
Sorry,
saying
I'm
that,
just-
like, if anyone's chaotic good,
If.
Might
Nah.
a big if there, I think. Sorry, I just hearing you say I've read Oathbreaker just gave me this dumb image in my head of Yuliy in a library going, "Oh, this is what happens if I screw up."
Yeah.
I should avoid that, I think.
Yeah.
I don't want to put backstory and history I don't know into your mouth, but totally canon, but not.
Fair enough. Okay, I guess let me move y'all except Jhank to roughly where Sola's house is. It is beachfront property, and by that I mean it sucks.
lovely.
So Biscayne Bay.
Yeah. So it's on the lower map, so let me go ahead and share that real fast.
I've already got it. Yeah.
Oh, sorry.
Hello.
So that it is that small house right there, next to the old marketplace. It smells like crap over here. It smells like old dead fish, like rotting wood, and you are 100% certain you hear corpses next door walking around. Which would make sense because The store next door is called Dead Man's Corner.
Charming.
Yes.
Well, yeah, Yuliy.
You hear the sound of a lock being undone, and the door cracks open, and you see a drow eye out of the darkness, and she goes, "What? Oh,
Hi.
it's just you.
Yeah, hi. Can we come in, please?
Who's we?" She sort of opens the door a little bit wider to get a look.
Hello.
Well, me,
I don't remember you.
Xander, and I mean, you've heard of Usk and Victor, but here they are now. They want to talk about the stuff that you kind of told me.
Greetings.
That's okay.
She sighs, looks at Yuliy and goes, "Please give me just like 5 minutes. I need to get drunk really fast."
No worries. Save some.
You hear
No wonder she's your friend.
I
Right.
told she has the cool bottle. Of course, she's my friend.
the door swings open wide, and you see that she is holding said bottle. It is currently empty. And she looks at the rest of you and goes, "Please, welcome to my humble crap hole. Make yourselves at home. I'm going to get a refill."
Okay.
All right.
I like her already.
She's great.
Sounds like fun.
Yes.
It is pretty much as she describes, a crap hole. This is a cramped house. There is barely any furniture. It mostly consists of one table, one or two chairs, a rack of wine bottles and beer steins, and a bed is all in the same room. It is cheap. And she comes back in with the bottle full of what you can tell is the water from the docks, based on the smell.
Oh dear.
That's cool. Shut up.
She corks. You see her reach for a cork that she has set on the table. She plugs up the bottle, shakes it, opens it, and it no longer looks or smells like water. It smells like wine.
I understand now.
She offers drinks to the lot of you. Already a beer stein is poured for you, Yuliy.
Sure.
Yuliy is very easily entertained and pleased. Come on.
I will
She
pass.
really wants that
Yeah.
bottle, y'all.
Right?
Yep.
It's a cool bottle.
I'll give you
I
that.
like making up. I like making up weird magic items.
They're the best.
It's my favorite item.
She will pour you a beer stein full of wine, Victor, because she does not have glasses.
Okay.
And she is drinking just straight out of the bottle. So, what can I help you with?
So which of us hired you?
We need to talk about. We're talking about the job against the Castellanter heir.
We went to the cleric's house. It's really nice there.
Bit dusty.
Well, I should imagine no one's been in for a while. Did you? You didn't break the door or anything, did you?
No.
No.
Okay.
I actually didn't break it. I actually promise.
That came up a little too fast, but we actually.
Nobody locked the door either, so
Nah.
I guess
you were
we
in a
gotta.
hurry.
Yeah, no, understandable. She nods and says, "Okay. Well, to answer your first question, it was Yuliy who hired us. And what was the second question? I'm sorry. It's
We didn't really get to
and
the
she
second
just
question
drinks
yet.
for she shrugs at that and drinks more of her wine.
What did you know going into the job?
That the Castellanters were devil worshippers, and that we were doing it to take care of two problems at once, was I believe the wording used?
So was it
I
to
don't know
pit
who
the
you're
Castle
asking,
Enters
I don't
against the
even
Waterdeep?
remember.
I mean, against the Xanathar Guild?
No, that was just something we did to throw the trail off of us.
Okay.
Nah. God
I don't know what you expected.
I was
she
really
waves
hoping
a-
for an easier way to throw off the scent, but nope, it's just one of the spirits that they raised at the scene. All they remember was the Xanathar symbol. So good job on that front.
She Sola is going to shrug and say, "Look, I didn't pick up the rope, so who knows? Maybe y'all did work. As far as I knew, it was just a trick." And she makes a gesture, and dancing lights flare up from her hand, very briefly, and she goes, "I'm an illusionist. It's kind of what I'm used to."
Did you get any details about the nature of this devil deal?
No, I just knew that he was a devil. Sold their firstborn or something like that. Best I can imagine.
Sold their firstborn for what, do you imagine?
Well, they are impossibly wealthy. I imagine that has something to do with it. I don't know. She sort of gestures towards the view and goes, I mean, you would know more than me.
Yeah.
Keyword there is would.
Except for the whole amnesia thing.
Right, that piece of shit.
Yeah.
You okay, Yuliy?
It's like it seems like past me has all the answers, and past me doesn't exist anymore, and I'm sitting here staring at the ceiling, wishing that I didn't forget.
Well.
Well, that
you know.
answers my question of whether there was another party involved, but no, it was deception, so the trail really does lead back to you guys, which means I'm back at square one.
Sola takes another swig and then goes, well, I mean, like I said, it was a 2 birds, 1 stone kind of thing. Getting rid of a devil and picking up some magic rock that you were looking for.
Magic rock.
Magic.
Where
did
have we
say that.
seen a magic rock before?
I know we've heard about him. Haven't we?
I did say that it was because of a magic rack.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yuliy did mention it.
Okay.
Well, I suppose that does answer the questions I came here to ask.
Sorry, I can't be more helpful.
No, you're really, really helpful. Because I'm not at all.
Well, right now, none of us are.
Sola's helpful. She's the most helpful ever.
Kind of helpful just for this.
Usk is just head in his hands.
The only thing that could have possibly killed my boss's son are these idiots.
Yeah.
How and why?
We may never know.
Yuliy. Did you mention that she was the one that told you about Holly, that you've discovered that we were missing a party member?
Yeah, she told me about Hollyhock. But apparently we're not friends with her anymore for some reason.
Yeah, I'm trying to
So
piece
that's what
that
happened
together.
to her, Sola.
Well, I turn to Sola and I ask, when was the last time you saw Holly?
I never met her personally.
Oh,
I
okay.
just heard about her from Yuliy and Lander.
Yeah, she's only met me and Lander.
Okay. Well, there you go. I had one question answered. Cool. Thank you.
There's 2 parties to the contract, which means there's only 2 parties I can ask about it.
Well, hey, worst comes to worst, we just need to fight Asmodeus.
That's not.
That is the worst come to worst.
Technically, yes.
No, that we're not letting that happen. No.
No, obviously not.
No.
Sola is going to gesture towards Victor and Yuliy if they want any more wine before she corks up the bottle and puts it away.
She's
Yes,
downing
please.
it in one She's downing it in one and holding it out.
She
hold out the stein. Yes, please.
she pours it to both of you and then looks at Lander, raises an eyebrow and goes, couldn't you just ask your whoever it is you've made the pact with whether or not what the contract might entail? I mean, devils know how to deal with devils.
Apparently, so that was the patron I had back when we met. Yeah, no, that didn't work out. Apparently.
Huh.
Yeah, apparently he's been rotating patrons between lives.
Yeah.
Mm.
Big
Sort
old
of.
infernal writing on my wall saying something about broken the contract.
So
Wow.
worst case scenario is actually we have 2 devils after us.
Well,
Well, we don't know. I might have made a
Asmodeus-
contract with it.
Asmodeus isn't after us. I just want to.
No, he's after me and Lander.
Maybe.
The Castlanters are after. Just want to know who killed their son. I don't think they're intending on sacrificing you to Asmodeus or something.
I would beg to
Nah, I wouldn't actually put that past them and their desperation.
Mm-hmm.
There's got to be a way to save the twins. But
I feel like
have to-
sacrificing me to another demon lord.
I'm
and
not
stepping on the toes of someone else.
not putting that on the table. Trust me. I'm.
It may come down to we may have to kidnap the twins to save them.
We probably are. That's probably just in general happening.
Yeah, that's how demons work. They don't care. They care very specifically about the location you're in.
Yeah.
I don't. Nah, we.
Yeah, it's a crazy idea.
I just don't know enough about these devil deals. I need more. I need more info. I need some
Sola,
kind of.
do you know anyone down here who'd probably know anything that isn't Xanathar?
I need some
or-
kind of. I need some kind of devil specialist. Oh, I can't believe I'm saying those words out loud.
It's interesting that out of the 2 parties we can ask, we keep looking at the devil side here.
Sure is. I mean, you're in good with the Castlanters, so
That's what I'm kind of hinting at. It's like, we should,
But we just left Waterdeep. I don't want to pay to go all the way back so I can ask a really awkward question.
Oh, but we're probably going back anyway because we're saving those kids like soon.
I don't know if we have the power to save them. Is the thing.
Well,
But
I mean,
we
can
don't-
also-
we
Like,
won't-
We have
quick
several months
word.
to prepare.
y'all
Yeah.
got 6 months.
Yeah.
Yep.
Like,
Though
Who
based
knows?
on
I didn't
don't-
make
we
it
don't-
next week for a reason.
we don't have the
Mhm.
leverage to weigh in on a devil deal like that.
not
we
yet
need-
anyway.
Yeah.
We'd need power or money or influence or something, and we don't have much of any of that.
Well, we got 23 levels of dungeon to power
Yeah,
up, as
I
it
feel
were.
like we can probably get power within 6 months, considering I made it down to the 13th floor.
And apparently
And it
we
seems
still
like
got
our average life expectancy is about half a month.
we still
Mm.
got all those dragons that we stashed somewhere apparently.
Oh, yeah.
So what is in that vault in Victor's room? We still have no idea about that, huh?
Is
Nope.
that not open?
No.
No,
No,
we
no one
didn't.
has a key.
I
in-
wasn't able to get in
Yeah,
there.
he wasn't able to open. I don't know. Wait, you want to go break it open? See if you got a better chance this time?
Well, if we're done here, I believe we have a courier job to finish as well.
True.
Oh yeah.
Sola gives a shrug and says, well, if you want, I'll see if I can find any warlocks down here that have pacts that maybe can be abused, but I wouldn't put my hopes up.
I'm
Or
just
just
more
anyone
looking
who knows
for-
the intricacies of devil contracts.
Well, if you want that, I'm almost definitely certain there's someone at Xanathar. But I could understand maybe not wanting to deal with it.
I
They're
mean, I'll-
not. You
I
think
mean, I
they'll talk
will.
to me if I beat up their Goliath?
no.
But I want to.
I mean, the Goliath might.
So Sola kind of like nods. Sola like, strokes her chin and goes, maybe. Depends on how bad, I think.
At that, there's a certain point where talk isn't the verb they use.
He
Yeah.
doesn't talk either.
He was cordial enough with me. There's my...
He was pretty ready to go toe-to-toe with me the last time I saw him.
As far as I'm concerned, I've already got 2 halfway decent inns with the Xanathar Guild, and I'd like to keep those. They may come in handy.
Yes.
On cordial terms with the Goliath, and we've done what our other contact has asked in terms of keeping the peace.
Mm-hmm.
So we can...
Yuliy, real fast, I do think you did miss one message to...
I did?
Yeah, when you were passing it, now that I think about it. Did you explain why Xanathar was mad?
No, I don't think you told me that.
I think I did.
Did you?
Uh-oh.
I believe the exact words Ulquist used when talking to you were, let me just pull it up real fast.
Time to look through the logs.
You stole the promise of 500,000 dragons from under his eye stalks.
Ah.
Oh.
Did we con them?
So it seems like we were going to give them half the cut.
I think it more insinuates we were working for the Xanathar Guild.
Oh, we're Han Solo to Jabba the Hutt. This is gonna be great. They're gonna send Boba Fett after us.
Not remember that at all because I thought it was said in the session you guys had.
Nope, he did not say that.
I am so sorry.
That is kind of important.
That's awesome.
I am so sorry.
No worries.
So we were already doing jobs for them, and
This is the best day ever.
we've forgotten where we put the hall that we might have conned them out of.
How many people did you double cross in your previous lives?
Dear
We don't
God.
know, and we're only learning this now. Okay, don't laugh at me. Give me another goddamn drink.
I think we were so good at this that we, double crossed ourselves.
Yeah, right?
I was thinking the exact same thing.
Oh my God.
We did jobs secretly away from each other.
We're such great con artists. We played this super long game that exploits the fact that we can resurrect and lose our memory after each.
Except we don't remember where we put the money, so we can't ourselves.
we just died down there.
Yeah.
The two things that immediately come to mind are congratulations, you played yourself.
Yeah.
And the other thing is, man, I have the weird distinct feeling that y'all might not have been that
That what?
that y'all might not have been that good in your previous life.
No, we might have just been
I'm
real
slowly
bastards.
coming to realization. I'm like, what is going on?
So I wonder what's different this time around.
A lot of things,
That doesn't
apparently.
sound like it'd be much different than he is now.
I feel like I should roll up a newspaper, turn to a wolf, and hit myself over the nose.
No, become a wolf, take the newspaper, swat everyone on the head with it, and then swat yourself.
Okay. Fair enough.
Oh man,
Turn into a wolf, and we'll spray you with a spray bottle.
Oh, and I had this whole
jeez.
thing going where I went on vacation, but also did jobs for a bunch of other people.
I have nothing.
Man,
You have wine.
I do have wine. That's all that really matters now, is there?
It is. It is the only thing.
I am full of broken promises.
I think we're all full of broken promises. I think that's the thing we all share.
Yeah, some of mine might be a bit more severe, though.
On the boulevard of broken.
This party is the best. This party is the absolute best.
Oh,
my
man.
god. I
Yep.
walk in, I get more questions and answers.
We worked for the Xanathar Guild and conned them. Oh my god.
Well, maybe we just died before we could give them the cut.
We
never know.
still we still hid the
Considering
dragon
the
somewhere.
The exact words were vaporized by a guild who is run by a beholder. I think it's pretty obvious that he knows.
I don't know if that vision was still literal.
Was that talking about how he died last time, or about how we're going to die if they find us?
You know?
Bit of a difference.
¿Por
Mhm.
qué no los dos?
Yeah.
Okay.
Why not both?
Yeah, I believe the way Ulquist phrased it was, you had been and you will be. I believe his exact wording was, would you like to be vaporized again?
Just
Yeah.
looking back in our things.
Okay.
So
we
Okay.
probably caught them.
We apparently got ourselves a huge sum of dragons and decided, hey, we could probably keep this for ourselves and pull the wool over everyone else's eyes, which I must say was very ambitious of us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There it is.
Or maybe we just spent it all on magic equipment.
Mm,
That we then lost on the 13th floor.
Yep.
or yeah, I guess. Well,
This group is the
raise the stein up high to us, the best
This-
con artists. We
I
don't
will
remember.
I will take that drink now.
Yeah.
This group is just the greatest group of all time. Ever.
This is the worst group.
both can be true.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, Solo will pour you a drink.
Just I have the worst fucking party.
I'm just picturing like one of those really dejected going off. Oh boy.
Hmm.
Well, now that we're all
All right.
Should
melancholy.
we
One
go
of
see the
those lights going
shapeshifters?
off?
The what
Shape-
now? Oh,
The what? Oh yeah.
The
we should-
doppelgangers.
Right, yeah,
That
right,
you were
the
asked to check in
doppelgangers.
with by
yeah, we need to.
three
Oh, yeah.
strengths. I think Jhank, if it's okay with you, I will do a what you found out while you were investigating yourself as a sort of like private thing.
Sure, that works for me.
And we will do that like during this week and next, if that's okay.
Sure.
So yes. I believe what was the trying to remember the name of the bar that I told you she worked
Yeah. I don't remember it either.
at. No, not that one. Nope, that's the fighting pit. Sorry. There's so many pins, and all of like half of them are still bars. No. Oh, must have been on the top. Apologies.
Why do I care this time?
About delivering a package?
No, about everything.
Oh.
It's a good
Yeah.
question.
We were
We seem to be very
apparently
different than our previous
like pretty
cycles.
cutthroat mercenaries
Yep.
the last
But
time
now
around.
we're different.
Like, I'm interested
Definitely.
into what Yuliy was like before, but now I'm just more interested in finding out about everyone else.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm definitely wanting to just go ahead and take this as an opportunity to turn over a new leaf, do something better.
Honestly, I
Second.
can't imagine Victor being much different. But who knows?
Well, I think no matter what, I think Victor was always kind of quiet and reserved.
Yeah.
But who
Yeah.
knows? Maybe he robbed people in his spare time.
On some
To
level, I'm
fuel
having a hard
his
time
don't
imagining
know.
what
business
Jhank might have
empire.
been like in a previous past.
I'm just gonna put this out right now. I did not design Lander in his past life to be like Tibbs, so no. No sort of or Victor to have some sort of cutthroat business empire, so no.
Right.
Oh god, why is that token so huge? Sorry, I moved a token and it was just like way too big somehow.
Jhank is
Random.
suddenly Godzilla.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Wow. I don't know why it's doing that.
It seems to be scaling with
Yeah,
zooming in
It
and zooming
sure
out.
is. I wonder why that could be.
So it seems like it's got a percentage scaling rather than an absolute.
Yeah.
Jonkzilla.
Okay.
Yes,
It's
that's
weird that
yes,
it's.
excellent.
Oh, I bet I know what's happening.
Jonkzilla.
The grid was off.
Ah.
That's why. Or maybe it wasn't. Okay. Well, I'll figure out what was happening. But point is, I'll on the upper layer is the oh shoot. Now the pointer's being weird. Everything is strange. Good enough. I'll fix that later. But where the pointer is everyone else. Wow, it's literally just Jhank that's changing size. But on the upper floor is the overflowing urn, and that was where you were told that Bonnie is. Hey, now is Jhank's working? Or is that Crunchbite?
I think that's Crunchbite.
Where did I put Jhank? Jhank, where are you? Huh, his token disappeared. I'm so sorry for erasing you, Jhank. Let me fix that. Oh, goodness me. Why am I having so much trouble today?
Well, thanks for
There we
making me think
go.
of, thanks for making me think of the word Jonkzilla.
There we go. I have a Jhank.
I have a green outline now.
Yeah, it's doing the combat tracker, which I should probably have just pulled from the get-go. I feel right fool now. Anyways.
Now you're square like the rest of us and not a circle.
Yeah. The dog is still a circle, though.
Yep.
Dog is NPC.
Anyhow, with assuming nobody else had anything else they wanted to ask Sola, just any questions there?
I'm dry.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well,
I'm not.
Not dry exactly.
Define dry.
But at the very least, you have as many answers as she can give you.
Mm-hmm.
She will wish you well and lock the door pretty hard as soon as y'all leave.
Yeah.
Because it seems like she doesn't really like visitors. But if you ask, she will also direct you to where the overflowing urn is, which is on the upper floor, which I'll share to make sure y'all can see it in the big outline. It is another sort of crumbling store. It is, again, a bar. The sign is this, it's literally a toppled urn that appears to be spilling some sort of beverage. But the inside is fairly dimly lit. Although you can see that hanging from the back, along with the alcohol, is several lanterns, with casks of with little flasks of oil underneath for future use. And there are several bartenders working there. One of which is a dark-haired woman who matches vaguely the description you were told.
All right, let's go make our delivery.
The name was Bonnie, you said?
Yes.
All right, so you're gonna approach her and hand her the moonstones.
Mm-hmm.
Well, first I'm gonna make sure that it's actually the person we're looking for. Hi, are you Bonnie?
She gives you a some pretty cold gray eyes and goes, "Yeah, what's it to ya?"
Got a package from Three Strings.
Again?
I don't know. Maybe.
That's intriguing.
What is it this time?
Was it 500 gold worth of moonstone? Is that right?
150, I believe.
Okay.
It's at least 3 of them.
Basically 3 moonstones. Moonstones.
She raises an eyebrow when you say that and says, "All right, give him here. Let me check him."
I do that.
She takes a look at him, holds him up to the light, and then she gives you the weirdest look and says, "Why does he keep sending these to me, do you think?"
Something about
likes
being
you.
threatened, maybe?
He
I
seems
don't
to
quite remember.
think he owes you under pain of something.
Well, I understand that, but he paid that off a while back. He just keeps sending. And she actually pulls out a bag from under the counter that is chock-a-block full of moonstones.
Okay.
Oh, hey, awesome.
And she says, feels like every few weeks now someone comes in with 3 moonstones telling me I'm owed them. At this point, I feel like I'm ruining the market, honestly.
I wonder if he's in a similar situation to us.
No, I think everyone he finds is in a similar situation to us and then never tells them.
But why would he?
I mean, if he doesn't know, he doesn't think it's done, so then he gets more and then he does it again. It's not his fault.
There's something here.
Suppose. Well, we can ask him when we head back up eventually.
He went to the lengths of spying on us to.
Apparently, he had asked us to before, which makes sense as we still had the moonstones.
We did have the moonstones before.
But if the people he sends down to give the moonstones never come back and tell him that it's been done, he doesn't know if it's been done. And if he does come back up and they're like us and it's like, what are you talking about? Then of course he doesn't think it was done.
Would anyone like to investigate the moonstones, perhaps?
Yeah,
Sure.
Yes.
What would you like to use to investigate them?
Let's use Arcana.
Okay.
Eh.
It's a moonstone.
Yeah, Yuliy, it's a moonstone. Lander, you detect the very, 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 very faintest trace of magic from like 2/3 of the moonstones, and it's just a sense of magic that is slightly different than what moonstones typically have.
I wonder if there's going to be a magical reaction when enough of them get piled up.
There's something funny about these moonstones. There's some kind of game going on.
So anyone want to cast Detect Magic?
Is
Nose goes.
that a druid's?
I don't
I
have
think
that.
you had Detect Magic.
Let me
Thank
check.
I
I
know.
can
I
find
feel
out
like
real
Victor and
fast.
Yuliy were the ones that do.
Yeah.
Yeah. Druids can learn it.
Oh, I have Identify, apparently.
I do as well. But it would be faster for you since it's a ritual and it would take 11 minutes. For you, it would only take a minute.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, you can
Yeah.
identify it. Go for it.
Okay, you choose one object that you must touch throughout the casting of the spell. If it is a magic item or some other magic imbued object, you learn its properties and how to use them, whether it requires attunement to use, how many charges it has, if any. You learn whether any spells are affecting the item and what they are. If the item was created by a spell, you learn which spell created it. If you touch... Yeah, okay. So yeah, Identify. I can cast that. I've got spell slots.
All
Yeah.
right. He's coming into his own powers. They grow up so fast.
Delightful.
I'm really happy with my foresight now.
Yes.
Yep.
I will say real fast that because I noticed this spell has the material component. You had all the material components in your room when you realized. So you've picked up several of these things.
A pearl worth at least 100 GP and an owl feather. Yeah.
So I'm just saying you have that.
When it comes to components, I kind of don't track them unless it becomes relevant.
Yeah.
I know.
And if you didn't have them, I would.
Yeah. I think the pearl worth 100 gold is something you don't get out of a component pouch, but otherwise, yeah. Because it's
Does it specify whether it gets used up each time?
in this case, no. But I just know that component pouch it will mention on component it gets used up. In this case, it doesn't, but it wouldn't be in a component pouch because it has a gold cost. Anyways,
Gotcha.
You, as you use Identify, you have a very good insight into the magical properties of this stone. It has none other than as a material component for some other spells, or a potential material component for other spells, and
Okay.
a gold thing.
It was made by Wish.
Oh,
What? 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 Hold on. Someone cast Wish to make these.
why?
I'm
Seems like
imagining just someone with a overwhelming number of moonstones who has to pawn them off by any means necessary.
That's a lot of
That's-
free time.
I do want to point out, you do know of one other Wish that has happened recently.
And what was it?
What Wish?
How did y'all end up here exactly?
End up here as in Skullport, or
Yeah, you know, alive again.
So
oh,
the big
Wait.
old. So are these moonstones like connected to the people that died? Are they like phylacteries?
No, they're not phylacteries. Yeah, I'll with identify you can say that.
Is
much.
this was this bard someone who had died in Waterdeep over and over and over, only remembering that he owed someone?
Shall I? Would y'all like me to spell it out a little more clearly?
Yes.
please.
Yeah.
Okay. The thing that is bringing you all back is a wish spell.
Okay, yeah.
And when you appeared, you did not have your items, but you found them over the course of your journey to remembering who you were.
Certainly did, yeah. So I
Yeah.
guess everything we have, our equipment and items would also be
Wish
also
back.
read as
Replicated. Yes.
Oh man. Okay, so yeah, these
At least up to a certain point.
nothing like particularly powerful or valuable. It's a reset.
Seems that way.
So
one's dying. a
these
lot.
these were replicated
Backward.
from someone who died over and
Really?
over and over, and sent to you every single time, huh, Bonnie?
She gives you a sort of a confused look and go, "Is that what's happening? Huh?
Yeah, I
Thought he
think
was just scared shitless."
I think for whatever reason he might be holding on to a memory or maybe even a note of, oh, I owe this person, and under pain of death, and he's probably died a lot, but keeps coming back with some moonstones because that's what was on his person when his template got saved.
Who would you like to restore from default?
That's his
Wow.
default inventory, which
Yeah.
keeps getting resurrected by the wish that is keeping everyone eternally resurrecting here.
Well, it seems like it's also part of ours too.
Yeah, it's ours. Our stuff is the same.
Mm-hmm.
Now, whose was it specifically? Was it Usk's bag?
Yeah, they were
Something like-
they were in Usk's bag that had the Castellanter house symbol on it and the ring of the Rosnar house inside of it.
Where I was apparently keeping items related to jobs, I guess.
Seems like it.
Valuables related to jobs. All right. Well, can't guarantee that won't happen again, but there's your explanation for why that's happening.
Bonnie shrugs and says, "Well, now that I know, I'm not going to turn away free money."
I mean, it will destabilize the market given enough time, though.
Only if I decide to spend it all at once.
True.
True.
And she also chuckles and goes, Plus, I can send some poor saps up to Waterdeep to get it out of here if need be.
That is true. Well, oh, the poor 3 strings.
She
he must have died a lot of times down here.
She shrugs and goes, "Well, I don't really care. He's still alive, I guess. And also, you know what? He got me kicked out of Waterdeep, so I don't care that much."
Ah.
Oh.
Care
That
to?
definitely-
I'm a little curious. Would you mind sharing the basics of that story?
She frowns pretty hard, and the other
okay.
bartender.
That's fine. That's fine.
So yeah, she's I don't think she's terribly interested in regaling the story of how she ended up here
Nah, probably not.
in a, let's face it, pretty shitty bar.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Well, sorry to trouble you.
Yeah.
No trouble at all. Thanks for the coin.
Yeah.
Just trying to tie off all these loose ends.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
All right. Anything else that wants to be taken care of, or
I'm out of ideas.
Yeah, I think good.
okay?
It might be time to either try to hunt down more leads on. I'm really curious about trying to find leads on the dragons we apparently stashed, but I'm not sure where to start looking.
Safe open.
Yeah, I'm really curious about that safe too.
Yeah, you know what?
Do you want to try
We're gonna
opening
break
it again?
the safe open.
Okay.
Let's make it a
Time
team
to
effort.
open a Victor safe.
Gonna break your safe open. Hope you don't miss anything that's in it.
I hope I didn't trap it.
That's fine.
Well, if you had trapped it, the failed attempt to open it probably would have done something.
Not necessarily.
No,
Yeah.
Depends how
who
it's set.
knows? All right,
I don't.
I'll move y'all back here for the time being.
Who did you swing a warhammer at?
Herself,
Nobody.
apparently.
Into my face.
You shouldn't do that, Yuliy. It's dangerous.
Well, she missed anyway.
When has that
Alright.
ever stopped you?
Professor Oak says that's not the proper place to use that.
I found Jhank's other token. Whoop.
Ah.
Going away now. Anyways, when you arrive at the at Dalagar's fortress, the Harper hideout, there is a Felrax approaches you all with a message.
Mhm.
And he hands you all he hands Usk specifically the promised gold from Ulquis, and then passes along the message that unless you cause trouble in Skullport, Xanathar's guild should no longer bother you aside from how they treat everyone else.
Good,
Cool.
good, good. Always glad to get back to neutral.
Yes. He continues with, specifically, I was told that nobody remembers who you are. So,
Oh, so anyone involved with us last time died and forgot about us.
Well,
Excellent.
not necessarily that, but just something
We're
has happened.
inconsequential.
Or he's done something to their minds, sure.
One of the two.
Right, dealing with a cult that worships eldritch beings, right.
It's not a cult. Xanathar's guild isn't a cult.
It's a guild,
It's a
obviously.
gang.
It's a gang.
Okay.
It's thugs and people.
It's literally the definition of a gang, Xanathar's the godfather.
Yeah.
Eldritch Godfather, that's outstanding.
So yes, I take it you're all going to.
We're gonna
What
try
are
and
you
be
with-
we're gonna try and be safecrackers again.
Okay.
Yuliy
If you're
and
trying to smash down the safe, I'd recommend you stop.
Yeah, let's not.
Why?
Because we might be able to use it multiple times if we open it with a lockpick.
I tried
we
lockpicking
tried
it
that, it didn't
before.
work.
It's beyond
Yeah,
me.
but you can try it again.
It's been a while.
It
You have picked up some new skills.
maybe some magical lockpicking, I guess.
Okay. Cool. So, you were going at the safe. Did you want to try the sleight of hand and whatnot?
Yeah, I guess so.
I believe that is the skill.
Yep, that would be
Yeah,
sleight of
the
hand.
lockpicking.
Yes. It's like,
Sli-
yeah.
Sleight of mage hand.
Mm-hmm.
Deeply
Go ahead
average.
and go ahead and with the mage hand roll advantage.
Oh,
Ooh.
well, in that case, allow me to just roll
Better
it a
with your
second
mage
time.
hand than your real hands.
And I keep
Ah.
the result.
Can
Yep.
I help with Arcana?
I think so. Yes.
Eh,
Turns out we're not professional safecrackers. Who knew?
Right.
surprising.
At the very least, this particular safe was seems set up to specifically deal with y'all.
All right, Yuliy, intimidate the safe.
It won't be expecting that.
Are you just swinging the warhammer at the safe?
Yes!
Oh, don't break my safe.
Listen. If your safe opened, we wouldn't have this issue. I'll buy you a new safe.
All right, but I'm holding
With
it to that.
With a 23, describe to me exactly how you're attacking this. Just describe
With
to
a
me
warhammer.
Am I about to lose another weapon?
what area of how are you attacking the safe? Like what area are you swinging the hammer at?
How big is the safe?
It's fairly large.
The door.
You're swinging at the door?
Like downwards.
Was it not in the wall?
No. No,
Okay.
it was pushed up against it, but it was set outside of the wall.
Like at least there's like you can tell what the door of it is, trying to like hit that so like I can at least make a hole through it if I don't completely throw the door off.
Yep. Makes sense. Okay. You successfully severely heavily dent the front of this safe. Where the door is. And you can hear that it definitely managed to ruin some of the tumblers.
Now, does that
and-
make it easier to open or harder?
What an excellent question, Lander.
Impossible, actually.
Yeah.
You'll just have to break it more.
Victor,
Oh, sure.
Yes.
You notice that the floor underneath the safe has a very, very slightly different coloration than the rest of the floor.
No.
I push the safe over to the side and I see if maybe I can pry that piece of floor up.
You don't need to do that because you can see that underneath that safe is another one built into the actual floor of this.
Safeception. Excellent.
So the
And-
first safe is a decoy.
Yes, pretty much.
That- You know what,
We
Bravo?
should shake it to see if there's anything inside.
I'm very proud of you, past Victor.
Right?
That's
It's-
very
it's
good.
Not
It's-
sorry.
it's big and heavy enough that people would assume
That is where important stuff is.
and who knows, there might still actually be important stuff in there.
We should shake it and find out.
We'll never know now.
But the one underneath, it's what you can see is that it is not a traditional tumbler lock safe. It doesn't have like numbers or anything of that sort, or a visible keyhole. It does have a very small indentation in it that seems to match your amulet.
See
Do
if... yeah, right.
Do it.
Yeah. I'll
Do
go ahead
it.
and use my amulet to see if that'll open it.
This first safe is a safeguard. God damn it.
You press the amulet into the indentation and you hear a lock click. And using the actual cable, or not the cable, the like necklace part of the amulet, you can lift up the door. And inside you see two things. The first is a small stone, about fist sized.
Is it magic?
It definitely seems real magic.
Hey, this might be what we've been looking for the first time, second time.
It's a sort of glossy greenish gray stone.
Other shit.
And it appears to have 3 small eyes sticking out of it.
Do it.
It's a potato.
Do it.
The other one, the other item in the safe, is a hand that looks remarkably like Usk's.
Usk, have you been moonlightning as Vedka?
And I think
I would know if I was Vecna.
Well, maybe not.
Would
if you got
you,
the
though?
rest.
Would you?
Keeping secrets to himself.
I don't think Vecna was a bugbear.
No, Vecna was not a bugbear.
That's maybe what Vecna wants you to think.
Can I get a quick refresher on what that stone does?
You don't know.
You wouldn't know yet until you actually grab it, I guess.
Well, clearly it does something bad since we had to cut off Usk's hand.
Not necessarily.
Pick it up.
You're gonna pick it up?
Are you sure?
Yes.
Okay.
Sorry, could you cut off a little bit during the description? What does this stone look like?
It's a small, glossy, greenish-gray stone that fits basically in the palm of your hand, and it has 3 sort of eyes on it. Let me go ahead and share the image with y'all.
Pretty sure it's the one that we were.
Oh, it's the Stone of Galore. Oh,
Yeah.
Well, that's
Hate
creepy.
the stone.
Yeah.
Hate the stone so much.
All right.
Oh.
Victor turns to Usk and says, "Well, thank you for lending me a hand. Apparently, in the past."
I smack Victor on the back of the head.
Deserved it.
Give me one moment. I need to send Yuliy a message.
Okay.
Oh, why'd you
Good
grab
times.
Because I like causing myself pain and suffering. That's why.
Apparently so.
it?
Want this game.
I guess this is that stone we've been looking for and heard about.
Yeah.
Too sure about the hand, but sure that will fall at some point. We figure that one out too.
Yeah, I have concern.
Yeah, because I'm kind of concerned if I had to cut your hand off and regenerate a new one. Yeah. Maybe just kill you and you.
You know what?
cut
I
back.
wouldn't be surprised if at some point someone's hand had to be cut off. I'm more concerned about why it's in a safe in your room.
Yes,
Why'd
I
you
am
save it?
very. I don't know. I wish I could
What?
talk
Do you
to my
have
past
this
self.
thing where you need to collect hands? Do we need to have an intervention, Victor?
Why
Here, I thought
specifically
past Victor
mine?
was the. Yeah, I don't know.
We're gonna find another safe, and it's gonna be everyone else's hands.
What the hell did we do in our past lives?
Man, here I thought I was fairly mild in my past life.
No, apparently
Yeah.
not.
Yeah.
I don't want to find anything else actually out.
Considering my flaws is risking too much to uncover a lost bit of knowledge, it's kind of surprising it's not my hand in there.
I hear agony. I hear pain and agony.
I did this
What?
for the fun.
What is going
Y'all-
on?
So what's going on?
Did you guys hear anything?
No.
This stone is talking to me.
What is
All
it
right.
saying?
Maybe put the stone down, and I'll see if remove curse helps you.
What's the stone saying?
It said, "Welcome back to the land of the living, child. We are now attuned. You will not be able to get rid of me so easily."
This is
Dun,
why
dun,
you
dun.
don't touch strange. Don't. Druidic
You can probably
safes.
hold off on that remove curse. I don't think it's gonna be that simple.
I think there's
Well,
a
it
reason we
probably
might
wouldn't
have
hurt.
that Usk's hand is in this safe.
Can you
'Cause
not
that's-
let go of the stone?
So cutting off the hand probably unattunes it, I would think.
I don't think it would be that simple.
I saw a roll.
I don't think it matters which hand it is, left or right. It's my hand.
Wait, I should do it as this way. All right.
Although for the record, Usk is probably right-handed.
Sorry, I'm rolling on a table real fast.
Oh, good.
Hmm.
That
I
always
know, I
leads
saw
to.
that.
I did
The
it.
best results.
I did it the wrong way though.
Oh. Roll the table right.
Yeah, well, sorry, I forgot that the dice roller, the way it works in a specific way, if I want to keep it secret, is that it still rolls, but it organizes it from lowest to highest.
Oh.
So, like, that's not helpful.
Yeah.
Just roll on the wild magic table. Everything is fine.
No, it's all good. It's all good. Yuliy.
Here it comes.
Yuliy,
Brace.
Yuliy. You find yourself really, really desperately thirsty right now. And you are how to phrase this? You would kill someone for wine right now.
It's a good thing we have a lot of it on hand.
Normal,
Mhm.
really.
And you are pretty sure
No.
you are pretty sure that you would be able to you are pretty sure that you would be more than capable of doing that by burning them alive with firebolt.
No
Hmm.
firebolt.
You do know it now.
Oh.
Well, let's.
Congratulations on your class in Warlock.
Let me I'm gonna go ahead and add something to Yuliy's character sheet. Just give me a hot moment.
I don't think it's Warlock.
I need to make a certain category here. We're gonna call this.
So, do we notice something wrong with Yuliy?
I think she's probably got an expression of panic on her face.
Possibly.
Well, let's. I'm gonna.
If I have not been playing this correctly, she's pretty expressive.
Right. I'm gonna cast remove curse, just in case.
Might be prudent. Yeah.
Okay. I will say you can go ahead and do that. can't change this. For whatever reason, I cannot change this, so I'm going to just something.
What are you trying to change in general? I see the addition of the spell.
Yeah, I was trying to make sure I spelled that wrong for some reason. What a fool.
No, you're good.
There we go. Basically adding that it's specifically because of the Stone of Galore. You know this.
Okay.
So you're trying to remove curse on this artifact.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I was thinking either Yuliy the artifact, but based on the wording, probably the artifact. The wording of remove curse specifically. Because can break the owner's attunement to the object.
It doesn't work.
It's a shame.
It does. It really does. For you.
Should I try again?
No, you should give me something to drink.
All right. Have a alchemy jug full of wine.
Does that help at all? I'm gonna start crying.
I'm sorry, I misread something on this.
No.
The remove curse can in fact work with that. I apologize.
Don't worry.
There's just a chance it won't.
I will need a DC 16 Wisdom saving throw from Yuliy.
Okay.
Hey, if it's all right, I'm going to Paul.
Are you gonna head out, Jawa?
Yeah, and I've kind of been sort of, not specifically, but I really haven't been saying anything since it's, since because it kind of felt weird to say, okay, we don't know what happened, but here he is back. So I'm just gonna.
Oh, yeah, I'm sorry.
No, that's all right. But
We're kind of coming up on the 3-hour mark anyway, so
Yeah, we were about to end regardless.
Okay. So yeah, I'm just gonna call it, and I'm gonna head out then.
All right. Night,
All
Jawa.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Bye.
See you in a couple
Sorry.
weeks.
Anyways, okay, with an 8, you drop the stone, Yuliy. Boy, you sure don't know what that stone is that just fell on the floor. Weird.
All right, so no one touched that stone.
No, not at all.
Why?
No physical touching.
Just don't worry about it.
Why?
do you
I
not?
point to the severed hand.
I
in
sort
the
of
bay.
corral Yuliy out of the room.
Yes, get her a drink.
Yeah,
Okay.
why don't we head to your room and get some alcohol for you?
But
Alcohol.
stop this.
Okay.
So I turn to Usk and, well, besides that incident, how did you like to play, Mrs. Lincoln?
Oh, goodness.
Wow. And on that bombshell.
Yeah.
I think that's gonna be it for now.
I
So,
love the Stone of Galore so much.
it's very good.
It's
It's very good.
It's not.
What even?
Not at all.
Well, thank you for listening to our Spudventures. If you like what you heard, you can find more at youtube.com/Newbiespud or wherever you get your fine podcasts, Google Play, iTunes, Spotify. We aim to live stream these games every Sunday around 2 p.m. Pacific time at twitch.tv/Newbiespud. If you want to keep up with this and other projects I'm doing, you can follow me on Twitter at Newbiespud. And if you want to support my ability to produce content like this, please consider supporting me at patreon.com/Newbiespud. See you next time with Voyages of the Takeout Session 2 next week. Hopefully. We'll see. I've got a PC to set up. We'll see how much that cuts into my time.
Okay. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Laters.
But